Facebook's not liking me.
Uh-oh. That's all right. I mean, we could always post it after.
Keep saying connect streaming software. Yeah, I think we're just gonna have to skip Facebook and do the show, and then we'll post it.
Okay.
All right. All right, let's get started. Give me 1 second. Good?
Yeah. Wait. Okay. Are we queuing up the tunes?
Love it.
Okay, you can hear it, but I can't.
All right, folks, we are here on a Friday night going into Memorial Day weekend. I got Mark with me as my co-host. This is John with Movie Killer Podcast.
Mm.
We apologize for taking a few weeks off, but we are back. We are working through some
Um, glitches in the vortex as we continue to work through those and get this rolling. We hope we have a good show for you tonight. There's a lot of controversy going around with Christopher Nolan and the Odyssey. We're gonna revisit that a little bit. It's something we talked about on a previous podcast. If you haven't listened, you definitely should go listen. And we are gonna, I guess, in no other terms, we are gonna face this head on, and we are gonna try not to offend the world, but this topic that's out there, and we think it needs to be discussed. And me personally, I think there's a lot of internet misinterpretation, internet troll nonsense that's going on, and I'm gonna talk about that a little bit tonight with Mark as well. We got a couple clips. We have a couple surprise clips that we're gonna throw out there, and Mark's gonna talk about his sleeper hit prediction of going into the rest of this season that, he's pretty high on, and we might have to do that as an episode, and we'll see where that goes.
Also, we have a special treat later. I don't want to give it away, but it was a, let's just call it a screen test of sorts. Would you agree with that? I know you're laughing because you're not taking that particular actor that was, had high hopes. You're not taking his ambition seriously enough.
Well, I'm
We'll keep it
all
at that.
about I'm all about squashing dreams, but
I know.
this is one of those dreams that, let's just say,
Uh-huh.
he found the correct calling. Let's just leave it at that. But there might be a couple we're gonna have to show, but if, like, audience, people, all the people out there that we love so dearly, if you only listen to audio, these clips alone are worth the venture of checking out Spotify, checking out YouTube, finding the video clips, because I watched these earlier and they are completely entertaining. I can't put it any other way. And when you're listening to just the audio, you are gonna miss out. We might have to start charging subscription fees for these
Yeah.
types of videos going forward as just additional content. But
Yeah.
tonight, you're getting it for free.
Yeah, I would go on to say that when you said that this is, I found the right calling, no amount of AI can fix my other career path. Would you say? Yes?
I don't know if there's enough AI that can fix this predicted or dreaming clear or, career path.
All right. Well, you know what? I'm curious though. When we run my treat, this clip, we'll get a vote from some of the people that are tuned in to say yay or nay if they can see this because this person was in the running. Apparently, they went a different direction with another. They went with a different artistic direction and went with another actor, which is fine. All right.
And what a mistake they made. Let me just throw that out there.
You never know. You never know.
So
We
let
should.
is go ahead. What do you
I was gonna my last point on that. The number of movies that were produced with, I mean, iconic movies with said actor, they were like the second. We should do an episode where they were really the second or third choice. and thank God they were. Like, just to give you an idea, right? The Matrix,
Oh, yeah, that would be good.
right?
Yeah,
Because
that
the
would be really good.
Matrix, they wanted, do you remember?
I I
Do you
know
know?
Keanu Reeves? I don't know,
No,
Tom
no,
Cruise?
no. They wanted Will Smith. Keanu
Oh,
Reeves was like the second or third
Will
true
Smith
story.
instead of,
Keanu Reeves, yes.
no, that's terrible.
Right? Like, you
Yeah.
can't, I mean, that something you can't even imagine. But yes, that we should do an entire episode of the what ifs. And then I can share that more trailers for that other actor's behalf. There we go. Now we're
Ay,
cooking.
ay, ay.
We are cooking. We are cooking. All
Take
right.
Trinity's damn name out of your damn mouth. There's no way that would have done well.
I'm just saying that, like, right? I agree with
Slaps
you.
the FBI agent,
Yes.
said, "That's it," and turn around. No way
Yes.
would that have been
A lot
successful.
of what ifs. And this ties into my treat later. But let's
Alright.
get right into this whole, man, backlash. I mean, you talked about the commentary with respect to Christopher Nolan's Odyssey and some of the casting. So the richest man on the planet even had something to say on the X platform.
Correct. So I'm gonna give you the so let me take a step back. So, folks, what we're talking about specifically is there's a couple things that Christopher Nolan's taken a lot of heat on, right? And you guys all know Mark is in love with Christopher Nolan if you listen to the show. I think Christopher Nolan has done some great things, but I'm also a John Papsadera fan, which you guys have heard 100 times already. One of the greatest casting directors who ever lived. So maybe this time he missed the mark, but these guys also got a ton of grief over Heath Ledger going into Dark Knight Rises. Dark Knight Rises, whichever one. The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
So maybe they're onto something and maybe they're thinking outside of the norm and maybe this is going to turn into one of the greatest things ever. But, and this is where I was talking to Mark earlier, but I didn't let him in on the surprise. Everybody's all over the internet talking about how Elliot Page is being cast as Achilles. Let me take 2 steps back. For all you kids who never read a book when you were in high school, you missed all the miniseries, you missed everything else. Achilles is not in the Odyssey, right? There's no character of the Achilles. He fought in the Trojan War, he was in the Iliad, he wasn't in the Odyssey, and if I'm wrong, Dr. Lyons, I apologize because I didn't read the book in high school either, but I did watch a lot of movies. So, what's happening is Elliot Page is playing a character named Elpenor. You guys also know I'm bad with pronunciation, so I'm probably mispronouncing that. Elpenor is Odysseus's right-hand guy who has all sorts of issues with this part of the crew. You know, it's a whole thing. Elpenor's ghost is in Hades when Odysseus goes down. You know, he's part of the story, but he is not Achilles. And there's nothing that says he's Brad Pitt. There's nothing that says he's supposed to be, fighting with the whole thing. He's just Odysseus's sidekick who plays a pretty significant role in the movie. So the internet's going out and they're saying, "Oh my God, they just cast Elliot Page as Brad Pitt." Now, just from a stature perspective, it's like you put Zach Galifianakis next to Bradley Cooper, right? They each have their role in The Hangover, and I'm just using that. Don't read anything into it. I just love the movie, and they're total opposites. If you take the two of them, you're not going to put Zach Galifianakis into the good-looking face from A-Team leading man role. They each have their role. They each have their stature. They each have their position in the movie. So the internet's out there. They're going crazy. They're like, "Oh my God, they did this and they cast this guy as Achilles." Go read a book. Like, go go pay attention, do a little research, and don't believe everything you read, right? This goes back to I'm not gonna go there. I'm gonna keep the politics out of this.
Yes.
But, you know,
Right.
I'm really struggling with keeping the politics out of this conversation. But if you go in, this is like, the internet is full of nonsense. Gemini will tell you. Sometimes I hallucinate, sometimes I make mistakes. Sometimes people are out there just feeding false information. So I think Elliot Page, unfortunately, in this particular situation, is getting a really bad rap because he is a character in the movie. He is wearing armor, fighting in the battle. He's part of the scene with the Trojan horse. He's out on the ship, the whole deal. But he's not Achilles. So people just need to back off this guy, Give him the opportunity to act and be in the movie and not have to deal with all the nonsense of people putting videos online of comparing him to Brad Pitt, who is a significantly different actor, different role, different stature, but they're not playing the same character. Now, when this movie comes out, I may be completely wrong, but I don't think I am because I've done a little research. And, I don't really know where to go from here. So I think that people just need to back off this guy and let him go do his thing. My take, my opinion only.
Wow, that was I mean, if you're right, you would silence a lot of people.
If
I
only they would listen.
Yeah.
If only they would listen to the podcast.
Yeah, but I thought, I mean, just from my own ignorance, I thought the timeline of when this story is taking place versus the Trojan War, I thought they were, like, decades apart, so I didn't think that that character was in this time like, I didn't think Achilles was in this timeline, of this picture anyway.
Yeah, he
So
shouldn't be. Like,
right.
if they're true to the stories, Achilles shouldn't even be in this story.
Okay.
Achilles dead by the time all this stuff happened,
Yes. Right.
right? Now,
That is
Odysseus and Achilles do fight in the Trojan War together, but Achilles is not in the Odyssey.
yes. So that's why I was like, okay, I mean, there's been a lot of data, not data, there's been a lot of clips that have been posted on social media, specific to that call out. But, to your comment, that could be all false, man. I mean,
There's a lot of false shit out there,
yeah,
right? And for
yeah.
everybody listening, Mark had no idea where I was taking this,
I
and
was
he was a little
nervous,
squirmy.
nervous.
He was a little
Uh,
squirmy before we got
I was
started.
worried about your well-being. Okay, but, continuing
And
with
for everybody in the echelon out there, Jared Leto still sucks, all right? So take that, you bitches. All right, go ahead.
I was gonna say just, continuing with the theme of the backlash, right? The I don't know if you saw it, but, Elon's tweet on some of the casting, well, very specific, one character in this movie, he called out. And you know what? I'm just gonna read what he said on his tweet. I don't know if you had this or
No, go ahead, I don't have it.
okay. Let me find it. Okay, criticism erupted after I'm probably gonna butcher the pronunciation of her last name. Inyongo's casting was revealed last week. Musk said director Nolan has grossly insulted the Greek people and replied, "True," to the meme of Emancipoli dancing on Homer's grave. The ex-owner wrote, "I agree that she, Inyongo," that's what
Yeah, I
I'm
think
probably
it's Lupita
yeah,
Lupita
Inyongo.
Lupita Nyong'o?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Elon says, "I agree that she is beautiful, but casting a black woman to play a white woman, a fun foundational work of European literature, is no more right than casting a white man to play Shaka Zulu."
Yeah, I did see that clip. I
Yeah.
did. I was reading that, but yeah.
Yeah,
Look,
and
Elon Musk is a douchebag, right? I mean, he controls the internet, he controls space now. He could probably take us off the air, and if he's listening to everything, but keep going.
yeah.
That has no bearing on anything. I just want to throw that out there.
Well, I didn't wanna go I mean, he gets a little bit more into it, but that was I didn't wanna go too far into it, you know what I mean? But that was basically the basis of his rant, against the casting. So, we'll see. I mean, to your point, I think earlier you made the comment of the casting for Heath Ledger in the Batman series.
Yeah.
That was after I'm pretty sure that was after he did, Brokeback Mountain, I think, right?
Yeah,
And
I'd have to look at the timeline. I just don't.
I'm pretty sure because my reaction was like, "Oh, wow, like, I can't see Heath Ledger as the Joker," but to date, right, he's been hands down the best Joker in cinema. So,
Yeah.
we'll see. I don't know, I see where well, you have some clips of what Christopher Nolan was his thought process behind some of the casting. I didn't wanna jump the gun either direction, but I mean, everyone has an opinion. Richest
Yep.
man on the planet definitely has an opinion, and he's not shy about, casting that opinion.
So one thing that I want to throw out there, and you nailed it with Heath Ledger and the Joker, right? But I did a little research to see, and there is one person that's casting the Odyssey, which I think is a total disaster. But we'll talk about that in a second. But
Mhm.
I looked up Christopher Nolan backlash for casting, right? And Heath Ledger was number one. The other one, Harry Styles, as in Dunkirk. Apparently, he got a ton of grief over that. And then he got a lot of grief because he insists on casting in very specific locations, like he's like a realist when it comes to casting. But
Okay.
he built basically a whole nuclear setup for the Trinity test in New Mexico, which everybody freaked out about. Lot of stuff around Dunkirk and everything that went on with the inaccuracies of filming and things that he did around that. But he doesn't shy away from controversy. So to your point, let me go back and I'll play the clip of, and hold on, I got a lot of clips for you guys tonight, so I'm just making sure I got the right one. All right, 2, 1. All right, are you ready?
Yes.
Here we go. I just wanted to, comment on Christopher Nolan's controversial casting as we kind of went into this a little bit. So,
Wow.
do you think it had the effect?
I mean,
I don't know.
think
We
that
could
was
do it. We could do it again. So, hold on. Who is that?
I'm telling you, man, that was my calling. And they said,
It
yeah,
doesn't
no,
even
thank
look
you.
like you. It doesn't even look like you.
You
It
gotta
looks
blame
like,
blame AI. Blame
oh
AI.
man,
But that's the
you guys.
closest thing they got. So that was part of the treat this evening.
Yeah, that was a surprise. Surprise. So
I
everybody go to the video. Stop with the audio. Go to the video.
but I kinda wish they continued with my dancing scene a little bit further because
Me
I was,
too.
down the aisle. I was feeling it, man.
It was a little short. I gotta admit. Like I should
Yes.
have just looped it so we could play. All right. So let's go on to Christopher Nolan.
She was Catwoman. He was Spider-Man. He was the Batman.
And we have Jason Bourne as well.
Are superheroes directly related to these sort of Greek heroes?
Very directly.
Go
No,
on,
they
make the
are.
connection.
They're the original superheroes. I mean, even comic book culture, whether you're talking about Marvel or DC or all the rest, a lot of it comes pretty directly from Homeric epics. I mean, Homer, in a way, is the sort of George Lucas, maybe, of his time. I mean, nobody really knows who this person was or whether it was more than one person. It's the Marvel of its day. I think there's very directly this desire for us to feel or believe that gods could walk amongst us. And I think the modern comic book is kind of our expression of that.
Very
Okay.
well said, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was good. Christopher Nolan comparing his take on the Odyssey to Greek historical superheroes. Thought that was pretty cool, right? This is what those people had to deal with and had to look forward to.
Yeah.
But and to go back to Mark's topic, and this is all I'm going to say on the situation because everybody knows, I think it's been beaten into everybody on the internet, and Elon Musk said it in a very, I don't know, shitty kind of way. I don't know how else to put it, but there are some very specific things. Back to all the kids who never read a book. There's a thing called the Homeric epithets, which is what a lot of these things were based off of. So for Helen of Troy specifically, and this is why everybody's freaking out and having all sorts of controversy because people have a tendency to overreact. People love to hate, right? Helen of Troy was described as being white armed in one phrase, and I'm going to say it in Greek, and I apologize to all my Greek listeners out there. It's called leukolinos, which means white armed, which is in one line of the entire thing that was put together that people are grabbing and making a big deal out of. The other piece is she was called fair haired, which is ekamos, one word, which translates to fair haired, which everybody is taken out of context and making a big deal out of it. And the other one is fair cheeked, which in Greek is signaling symmetry, smooth skin, and youth. But the direct translation of it is kaliparios. Again, I could be Greek with how well I speak this language, but because it's the direct translation is fair cheeked, but the actual meaning is symmetry, smooth skin and youth, people are freaking out.
Mhm.
So again, I think this is
I
just
don't
the
know if
internet trying to get controversy where there's
yeah.
potentially
Well,
none.
I can tell you this. I don't know if that confused me further or not.
No,
But
what I'm saying is you take something that's translated in a direct translation,
yes,
but the meaning in,
I get it.
2,000 years ago or 2,500 years ago, however long it was,
Right.
can completely lose translation.
Yeah.
So, fair-haired 2,500 years ago could be described as beautiful, but the direct translation 3,000 years later means fair-haired, right?
Yeah.
So now everybody's freaking out that Lupita, I don't know how to say her name,
I don't
Lupita,
know.
um, is getting cast as this person. But if you look at the cast, I mean, she is a beautiful woman, right? And you go back and you look at, there's a lot of beautiful people in this movie, with the exception of Robert Pattinson. He sucks. But you got Anne Hathaway, who you guys know I got a little thing for, Charlize Theron, Zendaya, John Bernthal, the Punisher. He's a good looking dude. Matt Damon. I think Mark would date Matt Damon if he had the opportunity.
I don't know if I'd go
You
that
got
far.
you got shitty Robert Pattinson, movie killer. Tom Holland, Lupita Nyong'o,
Yes.
Mia Goth, who I have a major crush on Mia Goth. If you guys don't know who she is, look her up. She's been in a lot of movies. She's a very exotic looking actress. Um, and then you got, John Leguizamo bringing up the rear. I don't know how he fit into this thing, but he's in here somewhere.
Right.
But it's the one person I just can't get my arms around is Travis Scott. So Travis Scott is in this, and I just don't see that at all. But Christopher Nolan sitting on the Colbert Show, and I'm sitting here with,
Yeah. This
the guy who
award winning.
lost his movie to Patrick Swayze.
It's devastating, man. When you were talking about just casting in general and people getting upset, I can this reminded me the only time I ever really got upset of a casting. Do you want to know how silly and like just nitpicky I got? So you know how I was 13 years late watching Game of Thrones.
Yes.
There was just one scene where they had a singer. He was a soldier, and it just like when I saw him, I was like, "You got to be kidding me! Why is he in Game of Thrones?"
Hold on, I know who you're going to say.
Yes,
I did the same thing. I thought it was pretty cool, but I know what you're going to say. Ed Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran.
Ed
Right.
Sheeran. Yeah.
I was like, "Why? You almost wrecked it for me. That entire season almost got wrecked because I saw Ed Sheeran because it
Well,
was
he's
just
a
like."
big Game of Thrones fan, and he's a
I
big
know, I get it, but
George
throw some
Martin.
just throw some makeup on the guy. He looked like he was about to go to concert, like, in medieval times. Just
It's like sticking Conan O'Brien in the middle of,
I'm just saying they could have just put
Mark
through
movie.
a little bit more makeup and throw a wig on him, right? Throw Viking horns on him, something. Just don't make him look like Ed Sheeran. Like I get he got out to the little cameo. That was the only time I was like, "Oh, no, what are they doing?"
I'm gonna do that with Travis Scott. When I go to the Odyssey and he comes up on the screen, I'm gonna stand up and yell, "No! Don't take him off," and see how the crowd reacts.
Yeah. All right,
Don't worry,
so
listeners, I'll let you know when I go so you can all be there for the show.
when again is this release date? It's July something?
July 17th, I think.
Yeah.
All right, you guys ready for another? Man, I wish people would watch the audio. Hold on, or the video. Hold on, I got one more trailer.
Wait, whoa. Which
No, it's too
Oh,
late.
yeah.
Too late.
Look at this.
Are you not entertained?
Look at that face.
It just so happened that that's like probably my all-time favorite movie, and I didn't get the I didn't get the thumbs up to be
Did
Marcus
Kamala
Aurelius.
do that for you? Did she take care of it?
Yeah, that was my consolation prize because they didn't want to cast me in the full featured film. What can you do, right? A lot of
I
haters
wish
out there.
I wish I could do a Polish accent because I could probably replay that whole conversation for you. Oh, Mark, your ego is so fine. You're so handsome. You look just like Russell Crowe. That's a terrible Polish accent, guys, but I got
That
nothing.
didn't sound anything like Polish. But did you see? I mean, I had the look, right? Did I not
Yeah,
have
yeah,
the
you look
look?
good. Your chin is
A little
bigger.
chisel, a
Yeah,
little
your chin
chiseled.
is more chiseled in the video. Yes.
I worked out, kind of like how Brad Pitt spent 6 months working out for Troy. I spent 6 months working out for that,
Like the 300 workout, getting
Yeah,
ready.
yeah.
Well, you did a hell of a job.
It's just my audition tape, man. I had to dust those off just to let you know where I was coming from.
I have yet to understand why you lost that role to Russell Crowe.
Mystery.
All right, so folks, our take, or my take, I don't want to speak for Mark. My take on this entire situation is Christopher Nolan is doing Christopher Nolan. He's controversial in where he shoots. He's controversial in his casting. He is still going to make a phenomenal movie, but I don't think it's going to do as well in the box office as everybody thinks it is because the internet is dragging it down. This is like Trump fixing an election, right? Everybody knows who should have won the election, but instead Trump fixes it because the internet backs him. I'm going to have to edit that out, right?
Yeah, 100%. I thought we're keeping politics out of this one. And
I'll
we're
edit that
live.
out. Yeah, I'll edit that out.
Yeah.
But the internet can have an effect on what goes on, right? It's a real social phenomenon that the internet does have effect. And it doesn't mean it's the reality of what's going on. It just means that
Yeah. Perception is real, man.
Yes.
Perception is real. There's
100%.
No question.
So because some shithead somewhere decided that they were going to jump on the Elliot Page Achilles train and created a bunch of videos and it got momentum and it went viral and everybody else jumped on and nobody did the research and nobody figured it out. Then they took these direct translations of something that was created 3,000 years ago and said, I'm sorry, we can't put Lupita Nyong'o. My argument would have more effect if I could actually say her name. And took this direct translation, and now she's getting grief. And this guy, who's arguably the greatest director who's ever lived, who will live in our lifetime, has to go defend this stupid shit that goes on. So, but I don't like this, the vocal stuff, like the lack of attention to detail when it comes to the talking and the speech is throwing me off a little bit. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't want to hear Odysseus coming in with his Boston accent. Like everything is, I don't want to hear Tom Holland coming in with an American accent. You know, I don't want Anne Hathaway coming in talking whatever Anne Hathaway talks with her British nonsense. Like I want something at least with a little bit more of an accent, or like they've done a little work to earn their paycheck that they're out there collecting. So the lack of attention on the speech is throwing me off a little bit, but you know, he's Christopher Nolan. What am I going to do? I'm still going to go see it.
Yeah. If in case you're wondering, I had to look it up because I had to look it up. His name was Eddie. Ed Sheeran played a Lannister soldier named Eddie. Do you feel complete now? Like your evening is fulfilled now that
I
you know
do.
this factoid?
Did they even call him by his name in the movie? In
They
the show?
didn't. I don't believe that they did. All right. I mean,
Did we
any
beat that
more
down?
to?
Is there anything else you want to say?
No, I think it's. Look, I'll to be honest, I understand people's reaction to that, and people have very, very strong opinions, right? Like, I think when I first saw, and this is, just observation, like when I first saw Man of Steel and I didn't know who Henry Cavill was, I was like, oh no, this is not good. I don't think after 3 installments of Superman, I can't, it's hard to picture anyone else but Henry Cavill playing him.
Yeah.
And, the most recent one, I was not a fan whatsoever in that last installment of Superman. I just thought it was just too, it just got too whimsical for me. Like there was no, it didn't feel serious enough, but. And that's just my point of reference on casting. Like my own experience, I didn't like the cast originally. I liked it afterwards, and now I look at the whoever who's playing Superman now, and I'm just like, ugh, no. But
Yeah.
we'll see. I'll go watch the movie. I mean,
I'm right with you. I think for all the listeners out there, and this is kind of how we'll know you're part of the club. anybody who starts talking about Elliot Page as Achilles, just tell them to go F off, right? Say, no, that's Elpenor. You guys obviously don't know what the hell you're talking about. Make them feel stupid. And let's start a little bit of trend in a much more it's a positive trend of making somebody feel stupid. I'm not really sure if that's what I'm trying to say or not, but um, I think if anybody does their research and they do what they need to do, they'll understand that this is nonsense that's going on. So let's give this guy a break. Nobody talks about the stature of Tom Holland. You stick Tom Holland in a suit of armor next to Brad Pitt, it's going to look like a little kid next to a man, right? So I don't know where that would be any different in this particular situation from a casting perspective.
I'll just say this, John. You saw those two audition tapes. That guy in those two audition tapes could have played anybody, any character.
Do you think he could have played Braveheart?
I
you
mean,
sure?
look at that. Look at the Scottish, like,
You look like Genghis Khan. You look like you're ready to go
Dude.
invade Mongolia.
who would want to fight me on that
Sons of
battlefield
Scotland.
looking like that?
I am William Wallace.
I am William
I
Wallace.
see a whole army of my countrymen, but they'll never take.
You don't look like their countrymen.
No.
I hate to break it to you,
They're
but
probably,
you're in the wrong country.
why would you say that, John? I look just like everybody else on that battlefield. Give me
No,
a spear. I'm your Scottish brother. Damn it.
When we're sitting next to each other, I look at you. I go, I think this guy's from the Scottish Highlands. It's exactly what I
course.
think when we're
Yeah.
sitting.
Yeah. And with the
Oh,
face
man.
paint, you can't.
Yeah.
They're indistinguishable with the face paint.
You're ready. You are ready to
Dude,
go.
I was ripped in that movie.
Everybody who's listening to this is like, what the hell are these two idiots talking about?
I'm gonna post so many shorts on this episode.
Oh, this
we're
is all going on TikTok. There's no
Yeah.
question about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to get a lot of credit over the defense of these people that are going on and all the nonsense going on the internet. Troll us, bitches.
Yes.
We're taking you down. All right. So the other thing we want to do tonight, and I think it's about that time because I'm feeling pretty good about myself. Mark just keeps bringing up The Bride. But when we start looking at the list of movies, we're at about movie 13. So we're up to Michael. And Michael, for the record, is just a home run. It's absolutely crushing the box office. But when we look back at the list based on our projected ROI status, the only bomb that I have through this whole thing right now is The Bride. Like I'm feeling pretty good. Super Mario is absolutely breaking $1 billion. We predicted that in the one episode where you were like billion, and I was like billion. Still remember that.
Mhm.
Michael, that you were really down on. You thought Michael was going to completely bomb.
I didn't think.
Michael's your Bride.
I said Michael will do okay. I didn't think it was gonna like kill it like the way it's absolutely killing it. Like I
Yeah.
thought it was gonna just kind of break even and make a little bit of money, but man, I was dead wrong.
Biggest biopic of all time.
No.
Biopic of all time.
No, it's second right now. So
Second's
right
one.
now, I'm gonna tell you right now, worldwide, the biopic Michael is at 715 million.
Yeah.
Second to only Bohemian Rhapsody, which is at 911 million.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Biggest opening week. You are correct. Michael had the biggest opening week, but
yeah,
Bohemian Rhapsody's still number one. You are 100% accurate.
yeah, but that is just fantastic. Like these guys have to be like over the moon. I mean, I don't know what their projections were, but I mean, what was the actual budget? 155.
Yeah, 155.
Man,
They're
was
already working on Michael 2. Like they're already starting.
well, they left it as kind of a I haven't seen it yet, but I plan to go see it with my daughter, but they kind of left a cliffhanger for what's to come. I mean, they stopped way short of his career.
Yeah, they
So
stop at
there's-
for everybody's interested, they stop at the Victory Tour. So everything for Michael up to the Victory Tour is in the movie, and then they stop there.
Yeah.
So,
I
go ahead.
mean, after the Victory Tour was a lot of controversy, so I don't know if they necessarily want to produce that second film, but
Right. Yeah, that's the cliffhanger. What happens to Michael next?
right.
I don't know, something with I don't know, kids and drugs and, and he dies. I think we know how it ends.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I hear the movie is absolutely fantastic. I'm dying to go see it.
Yeah, but just I think just to add, to your summary of what our predictions were, yeah, we were pretty solid. I wish we had the visual to kinda show, but, people don't watch, they just like to listen in. But if you look at if you go to mkpcast.com, there are projections there that were, that we made early on in this year, and for the most part, I would say better than 85%,
Yeah.
on target.
Yeah, if you went on Kalshi or some other, platform and you place bets based on what we're predicting so far, you are definitely ahead, right? Like, if you had, like, a win-loss
Yeah.
projection, yeah, you're doing okay.
Yeah, and if you did place that bet because you watched this podcast, I don't know, give us a shout out. I mean, we don't want royalties. We don't want a royalty payment or anything. We just want a shout out. That's all.
Yeah, give us a shout. Share our podcast. So, I am curious on some feedback from listeners if anybody would ever comment. I told you the one podcast I listen to, everybody that shares it, they get notified of the share, and then they call the name out.
Yes.
I'm a little lazy for that. That seems like a lot of work. Like, if I get 100 shares, do I have to call out 100 people on the
Yes.
podcast? Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
yes. Yes.
I'm gonna give that to you.
I mean, I'll just read them off
Yeah,
all
that's what they
all in
do.
one shot.
It
Yeah.
gets old, like, they read through the list, but I listen.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, maybe we just blast it as a scroll, just as we're just talking. Like, hey,
Oh.
big thanks to like movie credits. And
Yeah,
just
can
let it
do
roll.
that. Yeah, I was messing with that earlier. There's ways to come in and, do, like, pop-ups on the screen and stuff, figure out how to do that.
Yes.
I'm sorry, there was some chats coming in. I was just looking to see what they are. Nobody seems to think you look anything like Mel Gibson, but that could just be me.
My response to that would be maybe go to an optometrist. Maybe they will prescribe you some eyewear that will make the correct adjustments to your vision. Because me and Mel, we look, I mean, right?
Yeah, like you're from the Scottish Highlands.
I mean,
All right, so I want to get your opinion on this because we're coming back from a pretty good hiatus, and we're going to start back in our regular routine. And I'm thinking we break the show kind of into sections. And I want to get
Yeah.
viewer feedback from this as well, or listener feedback. So my thought is we take a section where we revisit some revenue numbers of predictions we've made. That could be, a short window. We do that each week. Boom, this is what happens. We take our movie killer, movie or actor, and we talk about, or director, whoever, and we make our main series of the show about that. And then we go into some upcoming movies that maybe might be more of a sleeper, but not necessarily something that we've covered as a major blockbuster, but something that we think is
I
going to do
gotcha.
well.
Okay.
And we kind of hit on that a little bit at the end, and then we kind of just like more like a Siskel and Ebert, like you always talk about that. Like, hey guys, here's some movies that are coming out we think are worth going to watch based on trailers because we don't have anything else because the movies haven't been released yet. But based on the trailer and the story and what we've seen, we think these are something that are worth some attention. What do you think
I
of that?
see. You're talking about more of a predictable format because every week it seems like for the last 4 weeks we've been trying something different and new. But I think we incorporate the different and new to something a little bit more structured. But I'm
Yes.
game. I'm game for
Yeah.
that.
Because you have your pick for this week. I have a pick.
Yes.
I have a pick for this week. So
We're talking
we've-
about sleeper picks.
sleeper picks.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yes.
like we've gone through the Odyssey and how we think that's getting a really bad rap, and we've kind of beat on that a little bit. And Christopher
Mhm.
Nolan, we're still fans. We think he's doing just fine. Sleep well, Chris, knowing that. And then we did our predictions, which we're going to do more maybe at the beginning. Now we're rolling to a little bit of a sleeper pick, which good, bad, or otherwise, we're kind of prepared for because you have your sleeper pick and I have a sleeper pick.
Yes.
And we can kind of hit on those and then we wrap up.
Do we have my sleeper pick trailer?
We do. You want to go there first or go there next?
Yeah,
wanna- You want to talk about it or you want me to go into the trailer and then talk about it?
I'll tee it up with this. This can we call it a biopic? I don't think so. It's not technically a biopic, I don't believe.
I'm not sure. I'm gonna leave it
Okay.
up to you. I don't know enough about it, so
Yeah,
that's
I don't, and my only thing is I don't know if it was, tabbed as a biopic. But anyway, the this film is loosely based on Anthony Bourdain, who I was a ginormous fan of. He made cuisine cool. Like the just everything that he did, in his episodes, I that's kind of what made me kind of like a wannabe foodie. So this film that is getting released very soon, it depicts his story when he was just contemplating on he wanted to be a writer. I didn't know this, but until this I did some research on this film, and he just kind of accidentally got into the restaurant business. He was right after high school, so he was 19, 20 years old. And this film kind of chronicles that chapter of his life, which, I mean, that was a long time ago because Anthony Bourdain, he didn't get famous till like, well into I think his late 40s time frame or maybe 30s. But anyway, this was early in his way early in his career. I don't even think you could call it a career, but his first exposure to the restaurant business at age 19.
Okay, hold on one second. Pulling it up. Getting ready. Give me a second. I'm trying to do like 12 things to get you ready. But I like the idea of the format. I think if we stick to that format a little bit,
Okay. Yeah.
and then why can't I find it? All right, we'll get back to that. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Hold on. Hold your pants. All right, here we go. Why isn't that playing? Here we go.
Okay, so I'm just gonna walk you through the basic vision. It's a coming-of-age story. Excuse me, I need to speak with you.
Didn't you punch a hole in the principal's door?
You know, a lot's changed since high school. I'm a writer now. The truth is, I'm about to get this huge writing fellowship.
He's the main guy from Now You See Me, Now You Don't.
The committee has decided to go with another student for the fellowship.
I need a job.
You worked in a kitchen before?
Sorry. Yeah.
We open Wednesday to Sunday. Start 11 a.m. What fucking time is it? That means that you are here at 10:45. 11 is late. Anyone late is fired.
You know I can cook too.
The kid said he's a cook, chef.
I'm actually not a fucking cook. I'm a writer, but I said I know how to cook.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't understand that. Shut the fuck up.
None of that was
I
my...
don't care, Tony.
Are you a good guy or a bad guy?
Let me teach you this. This is how you open an oyster.
I ate these in France when I was a kid. I said they taste like the future.
I was reminded every measure I got on fine with modern living.
This guy, he's like a master chef.
And the world still so wild, called to me.
We're gonna start with this special. Every Friday, something fancy but not pretentious, something sexy, makes you want to fuck, Something only you can do.
I was lost, I've been kept.
This is insane.
I know.
What's this?
That's for you.
And the world still so wild, called to me.
If anybody asks, I'm not a writer. I work in a kitchen.
Sorry, what is your name?
Anthony Bourdain.
Does that that's a great trailer.
Yeah, that looks good.
And then you got Antonio Banderas. I mean, I think that's a great cast because he's supposedly he's a chef owner at a Brazilian, restaurant in Cape Cod, right? Like, I think that's a great cast. So this is my sleeper pick for the year. I think it depends how how many screens this gets showed on, but like this, I think this is one of those word of mouth type movies, and there's a lot of Bourdain fans out there, and I think that alone will carry that momentum. Um, but like, how do you not like Anthony Bourdain if you're into food? Like, how do you not like this guy? I mean, he was the anti fake TV chef guy. He hated that pretentious food culture nonsense, and like he was so anti luxury foodie elitism, right? Like I rooted for the guy, and then when he passed, I was like, oh, man, like you felt that. So true story. Um, one of his episodes, he had dinner at this restaurant. I don't remember how it's pronounced, but it's something something ketchup in Quebec City, Canada, right?
Yeah.
So many years ago, I surprised Cam with this trip to go to. Well, it wasn't. I don't think it was a surprise. We ended up going there for her birthday, right, in December, Quebec City. For anyone that's ever traveled to Quebec City, there's no direct flights from Philly. Like you got to go to Montreal or Toronto and take that puddle jumper to go to Quebec City. You're basically walking out on the tarmac to catch your flight. So we get there at this restaurant called something something ketchup, and it looks like somebody's living room, right? And then no surprises because this is what it looked like in his episode, and I'm just like, wow, this is really like somebody's living room, dude. It was like the chefs there were. It was somewhat loud, but it was like a 12 person like capacity, and they were cooking on electric stoves that were like GE, like not commercial, just like, and they weren't even matching electric stoves. The food was phenomenal, like 1000% phenomenal.
So
And
was
I'll never,
Anthony Bourdain there?
he wasn't there, but I watched an episode and he was talking about how good this risotto was. And
Oh,
then
so
the
that's
other,
why you went there?
well, we were going to Quebec City, and I was like, holy hell, I'm going to stop by, this restaurant. And it was just amazing. It was like one of the best dinners I've ever had. And it was totally nondescript. It looked like, again, like, a row home in somebody's living room. Man, I have to look this up.
All right. So while you're looking that up, I'm going to give you the quick rundown. So Tony, which is the name of the movie,
Yes.
it stars Dominic Sessa, who is the kid who was from Now You See Me, Now You Don't, who I thought did a great job in that. And to summarize, a 19-year-old Anthony Bourdain travels to Provincetown and stumbles into the chaotic world of a restaurant kitchen, setting off a summer that shapes the course of his life. And Anthony Bourdain's quote is, "I was, to be frank, a spoiled, miserable, narcissistic, self-destructive, and thoughtless young lout, and badly in need of a good ass kicking." And apparently he went into this restaurant with the guy who's being played by Antonio Banderas, and it
Yes.
shaped the rest of his life.
Yeah. Amazing. Amazing
Yeah,
story.
pretty damn good.
It was called, I'm going to mispronounce this because this is probably in French. La Affaire est ketchup.
Like ketchup, like tomato ketchup?
Yes.
Okay.
It's got a 4.8 on the Google reviews. I'm telling you, this place was fantabulous. So if you're ever in Quebec City, Canada, in the middle of winter, it's a good spot.
Sounds fantastic.
Yeah. The funny thing is, it was like, when I say cold, it was, man, it was brutally cold. Every day snowed, and it was like they were getting like 2 feet of snow. There was chains on everyone's tires, but beautiful city.
All right. So now that you've had your heartfelt moment,
I did.
I'm going to go back into something that I think is a little bit more up my speed. So the pick that I made this week is The Obsession. Have you heard about this?
Have not.
So The Obsession, I'm going to play the trailer and then I'll tell you about the movie. Well, let me tell you what the movie is first, and then I'll play the trailer. After breaking the mysterious one-wish willow to win his crush's heart, a hopeless romantic finds himself getting exactly what he asked for, but soon discovers that some desires come at a dark, sinister price. And the woman that's playing the crush, her name is Indy Navarrete, and she is supposed to be just incredible in this. But I'm going to play the trailer, and then we'll go from there. Let me go back. You ready?
Yes.
Blumhouse.
You ever actually like flirted with Nikki?
I'm gonna go get some shots.
I'll come with you if she means this much to you. And I know she does. Say, Nikki, I think we should grab a drink sometime.
Nikki, wait. I was gonna ask you.
What?
I lost my train of thought.
Hi.
Good night. What else?
Why?
One wish, Willow. You only get one wish. I wish Nikki Freeman loved me more than anyone in the entire world.
Oh boy.
I love you so much. A love only the branch of a willow tree could conjure.
It's weird how you two are dating all of a sudden. Like, super dating.
I think Nikki is going through something.
Like, what? Is she okay?
No.
Jeez, what kind of spells you put on her?
What did you do, dude?
Nikki? I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you! I was calling to see if there's a way I can cancel a wish. I'm sorry, we don't really do that. So she's just stuck like this forever? Well, yeah, I mean, as long as you live. As long as I live?
Huh?
Wow.
Blumhouse is so good, man.
That is brilliant.
And that probably cost $1 million, right? But there's nothing in that movie that's
Let's say under 5 million easily, right? With marketing, 10.
Yeah.
Wow, that is brilliant material right there.
Yeah, highly recommend. I like this little thing. You pick your pick, we pick our picks.
Yeah, I would say the thing is, what's not released is the budget. Like, I don't know what the budget is for Tony. It's
Non-released yet.
not released. I can't imagine it to be, anything. I don't think anything north of say 15 million, right? Banderas is probably asking for 10, 15 million a pick, and
Well, they should take that money back.
okay.
Is he that relevant anymore?
It doesn't matter, John. It's like, you ever see like basketball players? They're at the end, the twilight of their career, and they're still making 55, 60 million a year.
So hold on, don't look at anything.
Uh-huh.
Take a guess of the budget for The Obsession.
3.5 million.
Nope.
Not even 1 million.
$1 million is the budget for that thing.
Oh my God.
Curry Barker's indie sensation has a massive box office success. It just opened. Like, it just opened this week.
Wow.
For 1 million. It was bought. It debuted at the Toronto Film Festival. Focus Features bought distribution rights for 15 million from the film festival for a movie that only cost $1 million. So the guy Curry Barker already made his tremendous amounts of money.
Yeah, but the thing is, the guy that paid 15, he'll probably make 60, right? Like he's going to make money.
In the first week domestically, not even worldwide. First week, it's already crossing the 30 million mark.
Yeah. Wow.
Is that crazy?
That's just brilliance, man.
Yeah.
Are you going to go see it?
Yeah. I might go this weekend.
Okay.
When is Tony released? Do we know?
It is August 2026.
Yep, August 7th. All right, I'll throw that on the I'll throw it on the website. so
Yeah, I
people
just
have it.
wish there was a. Maybe it's not that much. Maybe it's under 20 million. I mean,
Yeah, it can't be that much, right?
yeah.
The kid who's in it, he's only had like one big movie, and Antonio Banderas, big name, big star, but he's a little past his prime, don't you think? I mean, he's got to be a good budget name.
8 million. You think his ask?
I don't know. I think he's getting like Nev Campbell dollars. Maybe he's only getting like $1 million or $2 million.
I gotta find this where it's published.
Now I'm getting all obsession pop-ups. Crazy. I freaking hate this, man. Gemini's letting me down. All right. So to summarize, Elliot Page, Elpenor, not Achilles. Lupita, no idea how to say her name. Lupita's playing Helen of Troy, and she's getting a bad rap. People are mistranslating and pulling things out of context. So Christopher Nolan is going to do his thing. The accents are terrible in the movie, but it's got a bunch of good looking people. So I think that about summarizes the Odyssey for anybody who needs to go see it.
Yes.
Mark missed his calling as a gladiator, a Scottish Highlands berserker, but seemed to be pretty spot on in Dirty Dancing as a Patrick Swayze.
I mean, would you categorize my potential as an action star hero or more of just a dominant drama? Like that would be my genre. Is it drama or is it more action star? I think it's a little bit of both, no?
I think you're more of the heartthrob 50s dance instructor, doing the right thing by the rich kid kind of guy.
Okay. All right. I have more clips that we can air later. I mean,
right.
you'll be surprised of my range. It's
I think we have another bit for the show. I think it's who's Mark this week.
Yeah.
What
Oh, baby,
what
I got-
casting call did Mark get dropped from this week?
I have
Right?
a
Who did he lose
lot-
out to?
I have a lot of material.
Man, when I was trying out for the Matrix and I almost lost to Will Smith, but instead Keanu stepped in.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Yep. Yep.
Too funny.
Yeah, I
And
think that-
Mark loves Tony. I think the obsession has some legs. What am I missing?
I think moving forward, we're going to probably get into a more structured format in our episodes. Well, we'll get some feedback too along the way, hopefully. But it's good to be back from our 2-week hiatus. That's for sure.
Yeah, we are back, bitches. Better than ever.
Yes, and we're going to try to stay real hard, politic free. I know you can't help yourself, but I know I
we are
can.
going to try hard to stay politic free. Let me rephrase that for Mark. This is not an adults only show.
Yes. Correct. But overall, I felt good about, I felt good about the material. I think we had a couple surprises. Hopefully the people that are watching or listening got a kick out of that, but good stuff though. I mean, who heard of Tony? Who heard of Obsession? Probably no one until today.
Yeah.
So we're doing our job.
And we did our public service of
Damn
shutting
right.
the internet down and telling you guys to back off. So
Yes.
be better than that. Be good people.
Yeah.
Don't love to hate.
Yeah.
See, my mom would be proud.
We added a lot of positivity to this, in the last 58 minutes. A lot of
I think
positivity.
that's going to be the title of the show this week. Positivity around the Odyssey, maybe. I'm going to need you to help me come up with a cool title.
All right. We'll work on that before we,
post.
Yep.
All right, and I got to go back to the editing room, pull some of that Trump nonsense out of this. Get that out.
Yes, we gotta leave that stuff alone, man.
Yeah, don't touch it.
All right. Well,
the next thing I know, I'll be deported to Ecuador. Some stupid shit.
Yes. Well, hopefully everybody has a safe and happy holiday weekend, and we'll be back at it. I guess Thursday next week.
Yes, back on Thursday nights. And big shout out to all the veterans and first responders and all the people that this weekend's for you. So appreciate everything you do for us, and have a great, hopefully relaxing,
Yeah, good call.
memorable Memorial Day.
All right.
All right, we
Glitch in the
ready?
vortex.
You ready? For a little
Yuppers.
3, 2, 1. All right, folks, that wraps up our show. Go to mkpcast.com, check out our predictions, check out the movie schedules for what's up and coming. Check out the Mendoza line for all the losers that are out there who don't know how to act. Up to you, Brad. We love you, buddy. The rest of you guys do better, man. All right, so have a great weekend. And again, this is John, this is Mark. Wish you a happy and healthy Memorial Day, and we will be back Thursday night. A little bit more.
Glitch in the cortex, like a ghost in the shadow.
Good night, everyone.
Cause the devil playing my tricks. I feel a trick.